time, but we had overlooked a crucial link, a link that has, over the last 5 years, become a focus for controversy, a topic for front page articles in national newspapers. That link proved to be the information provided by the Dead Sea Scrolls. At the centre of the puzzle we were to discover was a hitherto unknown connection between the Dead Sea Scrolls and the elusive figure of St. James, Jesus' brother, whose dispute with Paul precipitated the formulation of the new religion subsequently known as Christianity. It was this link that had been painstakingly concealed by a small enclave of biblical scholars, whose conveniently orthodox interpretation of the scrolls Eisenman came to call the consensus. According to Robert Eisenman, a small group of specialists largely working together developed a consensus in lieu of clear historical insight, preconceptions and reconstructions, such as they were stated as facts, and these results, which were used to corroborate each other, in turn became new assumptions that were used to draw away a whole generation of students unwilling or simply unable to question the work of their mentors. This result has been the upholding of an official orthodoxy of interpretation, a framework of assumptions and conclusions which to outsiders appears to have the solidity of established and undisputed fact. In this fashion, many of the so-called Donnies, the givens of history, were produced those responsible for developing the consensus view of Christianity have been able to exercise a monopoly ever certain crucial sources regulating the flow of information in a manner that enables its release to serve one's own purpose. This is the phenomenon explored by Umberto Eco in The Name of the Rose, where the monastery and the library within it reflect the medieval church's monopoly of learning, constituting a kind of closed shop, an exclusive country club of knowledge from which but a select few are banned, a select few prepared to toe the party line. Those purveying the party line can bolster the authority they arrogate to themselves by claiming that they alone have seen the relevant sources, access to which is closed to all outsiders, for outsiders assembling the disparate available fragments into a coherent order amounts to an exercise in semiotics, and in the realm of semiotic exercises it becomes perfectly possible to hold the Knights Templar responsible for everything, and Umberto Eco himself responsible for the collapse of the Banco Ambrosiano. Thus most outsiders, in the absence of any access to the relevant sources, have no choice but to accept the interpretations of the party line. To challenge those interpretations is to find oneself labelled at best a crank, at worst a renegade, apostate or heretic. Few scholars have the combination of courage, standing and expertise to issue such a challenge and hold on to their reputations. Robert Eisenman, whose currency and incredibility have placed him among the most prominent and influential figures in his field, has done so. His story provided the impetus for this book,